Hello, everyone. It is me, Madam Pamita, and
And love it. Hi.
I'm here to do readings for you. This is Tarot for Kindness, where we meet every Sunday at around 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, and we do tarot readings to raise funds to buy groceries for seniors in Ukraine who are suffering in this full-scale invasion. What we're going to be working with today, what let's see what I've got here. What tarot deck do I have? You know what I'm going to use? I'm going to use the Silver Acorn Tarot. I love it that I leave a big mess on my table with like dozens of decks, so I don't have to go jump up and get one. So we're going to use Silver Acorn Tarot today. This is the deck by Stephanie Buscema. I wrote the guidebook for this deck. It's an absolutely gorgeous deck. We have it at the Parlor of Wonders. If you love it and you want to get one for yourself, you can get it at Parlor of Wonders. You can also get it through stephaniebuscema.com. She's amazing. She's amazing. She's also done, by the way, the Silver Acorn Lenormand, which we also have some copies at the Parlor of Wonders as well. Did I post those up yet? I don't even know if I think I added them,
I
right?
think so, but if not, coming soon.
Yeah, I think they're up on the site. I know I took pictures of them. Sometimes I take pictures and then my brain says, "You did it." No, you didn't. You didn't put them up there. But
Only
anyway, we're gonna what?
You did the first part, so
I did the first part. And then I
sorry,
think
all these
magic
like
is
sharp things. Well, my
the
box cutter and my scissors.
Then I think, oh, if I just do that first part, it's all done. Nope. Nope. You got to do the rest. So we're going to do readings for you. The readings are $10 per card. 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine. You can make a donation on PayPal, Venmo, or on Super Chat. You can see the links for those in the chat, right? Are they in the chat box?
Yeah, I'll put them in the chat as well.
And you can find those in the chat, but you can also find them here. Here's our QR codes that you can make your donation on Venmo, but you'll see the Venmo and the PayPal one. And Super Chat is just a $ little button below the it's the YouTube thing for donating. You can make it there. Once you make your donation, go into the chat and say what you donated, like how much you donated, where you donated, and then what your question is. And then I will be using the Silver Acorn Tarot to do your reading. And then the Love Witch will be doing a reading with, drumroll,
I'm gonna use the Living Altar deck again from last week.
Living
You know,
Altar.
I have so many decks just like sitting on bookshelves, and this is one I pulled out last week, and ever since I pulled it out, I've been using it in all my readings, and it's so good. So I don't want to put it down.
Yeah, it's an amazing deck. It's really a beautiful deck. So you'll get a bonus. So you'll get like if you get a 3-card reading with me, you pay $30. You'll get a 3-card reading with me, and then you'll get your bonus card from the Love Witch, which is like a little free gift, a little lagniappe, as they say in New Orleans. A lagniappe, a little free gift with your reading. I've got a couple of announcements before we get started. Thank you, Seasick Music. We've got Seasick Music who is donating a 1-card, donating to get a 1-card reading. If you'd like to make your donation, you can do that. But before we get started with the readings, I want to share a couple of announcements. This is how I roll. Announcements about what's happening at the Parlor of Wonders. I want you guys to know so you don't miss out on anything, because there's a lot of great things and I don't want you to miss out on them. So let's see if I can get that. Here we go. Is that working? Are you seeing that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So this is Parlor of Wonders. Look, we just had a party today and I made this, so I just wanted to share it because it's cute. All right. So I wanted to let everybody know, if you have questions about magic, like what kind of spell should I do for this? Or how do I do this? Or what do you recommend for this? There is a forum where you can ask those questions. It's called the Live Magic Q&A Tea Party, and it's free. It does not cost anything. You can join me every Sunday, except for the first Sundays of the month, on Zoom at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. If you would like to join, to get the link to join us on Zoom to ask your questions, or you can just hang out and watch. It's no cameras. It's just people in chat. So you can just listen and learn and hang out, or you can come and ask questions. Go to spellsquad.com and sign up. Use this QR code or go to spellsquad.com. It'll take you to the place to sign up and you'll automatically get the link so that you can come and join us next week. Wanted to let everybody know that the Aries New Moon Ram of Victory spell is available now. It is an excellent spell for manifesting your greatest ambitions and desires and blasting through any challenges that you are facing, whether that's internal or external. This gorgeous candle is a beautiful beeswax ram's candle with this beautiful, he's got this garland around. It's so Aries, spring, gorgeous energy. I love it so much. I have been making these candles because Morgan, our former candle maker, got another job. And Isabel, our new candle maker, hasn't started doing it full time yet. So I've been making these candles. So I can tell you, they're made with love, they're made with lots of intention. And this candle is only available in the spell kit. You cannot get this candle anywhere from us. You can't get it anywhere, to do your spells for your success. So this is it. New Moon spell kit. You can get a New Moon spell kit and a workshop with me, or you can get the New Moon group spell service where I do the spell for you. The orders close on March 14th. So you've got a few weeks, and then our new moon is on March 29th. If you want to find out more and order it, you can go to newmoonspells.com. Don't forget, if you subscribe to the kit and workshop, or the group spell service, you can get a discount by subscribing. I want to tell you about some workshops we have coming up. March 13th is our full moon workshop, working with animals in spirit form. You can learn about working with animal kin, guides, allies, messengers, and even animals in spirit form, each of which can lend unique energies to your spiritual practice. So if you want to find out more, go to fullmoonworkshops.com and sign up. We got a lot of great full moon workshops this year. In March, of course, we're doing those animals in spirit form. April is mastering protection magic. May is animal familiar divination. June is mastering prosperity magic. July, working with animal offerings and altars. August, mastering curse reversals. September is animal psychic communication. Have you ever wanted to be a pet psychic? Well, this is your chance to learn how. October is mastering success magic. November is animal familiar spells. And December is the dark magic of winter. If you subscribe to the full moon workshops, you can save 25% off the a la carte price. Go to Full Moon Workshops to buy your a la carte classes or to subscribe. On the first Sundays of the month, we have our Slavic Sundays witchcraft workshops. And March, we're going to be doing Pisanki talismanic egg magic. So these beautiful eggs that you see here, we call them Ukrainian Easter eggs, but they have existed long, long before Jesus was a twinkle in God's eye, Mary's eye, somebody's eye. These beautiful eggs and their magical symbols that are on them are used as talismans. They're much, much more than just pretty Easter eggs. And they're made with a wax resist method. It's a very unique method. So if you would like to learn how to dye these eggs, come to the class. We're going to teach you all about them in terms of their talismanic properties, the symbols, and so on, and then how to do the process. But if you would like to make them yourself, not just watch and learn, you can get a Pisanki Ukrainian talismanic egg decorating kit that we offer at the Parlor of Wonders. We just got restocked in those, so we got a bunch of them, but get them now because they do sell out. So find out more by going to witchcraftworkshops.com. We've got some great Slavic Sunday workshops in 2025. April is going to be about Slavic crossroads magic. May is Slavic spirit dolls. June is Slavic flower crown magic. July is Slavic water magic. August is Slavic wax pouring. And September is Slavic talismanic embroidery. October is the old Slavic spirits. November is the myth and magic of Baba Yaga. And December is Slavic live-in fire magic. If you subscribe to this one, you also save 25% off the a la carte price. Go to witchcraftworkshops.com. Do you know about my inner circle? It's called The Coven. And you can join my inner circle by going to coven.vip, and you can get some amazing bonuses like monthly flash sales, exclusive Q&As, Coven-only product drops, a tarot card pull every single month to see how the month ahead is going to be. It's on the last Sunday of the month. A free on-demand video workshop each month. a spot in my monthly group spell service, a free guest pass to my first Sunday's witchcraft workshop, and even a monthly 30-minute session with me. If you would like to join, we have everything from Basic Witch up to VIP Witch, and Basic Witch starts at $3.99 a month. Right now, we have a free 7-day trial of the Supreme Witch level. If you'd like to try out the Supreme Witch level, which is pretty darn good, try it free for 7 days. See if you like it. Go to coven.vip and you can find out more. Tarot for Kindness is what we're doing right now. And you can help feed seniors in Ukraine who are suffering in the full-scale invasion. Our partners at Suboten Harbor provide 2 weeks worth of groceries for about $40 for over 200 seniors each month. My partner and I do readings, my partner today being the Love Witch. We do readings live on YouTube. And simply go to youtube.com/Madame Pamita, subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you get reminders every time we do this every week. If you'd like to win a $100 gift certificate to the Parlor of Wonders, write reviews on the Parlor of Wonders website and get in our monthly giveaway. For every written review, you'll automatically be entered into our monthly giveaway for a $100 Parlor of Wonders gift certificate. You can leave as many reviews as you want, and each one will get you an additional entry into that month's giveaway. We randomly pick a winner each month and send them a gift certificate. And our January winner was Ray D. Congratulations, Ray. If you would like to be our February winner, go ahead and leave those reviews. And if you'd like to know more, all you have to do is go to magicgiveaway.com. The Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars is my new book, and it is out now. And to celebrate this book, we are having a cutest familiar contest. I know if Glinda were entered, she would win, but she's not. So anyway, we have a picture up there now, but we're going to take it down once some people start putting their pictures up. We just wanted there to be some pictures up. So we're having a photo contest. Submit a photo of your familiar with the Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars and get your friends, family, and your people on your social accounts to vote. Voting is open now and submitting is open now. So go and submit your photo or vote for your favorites. It starts today and ends March 3rd. So the first prize for the photo that has the most votes is a 60-minute reading with me about you or your familiar. Second prize is a $100 gift certificate to the Parlor of Wonders. And third prize is an animal candle spell kit of your choice. So everybody who enters and puts a picture up will get a prize. We'll have prizes for everybody, but these are the grand prizes, the big ones. If you want to find out and do this, go to animalfamiliars.com, scroll down to find the Cutest Familiar contest, and then click on the link and you can submit your photo. Lastly, if you have The Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars, it's out now. Here it is in real life. You can do some great things, some really great things, some kind things to support the book and to give it the best shot at doing well. You can follow me on Amazon. Very easy to do. Leave reviews on Amazon or Goodreads and tell how the book transformed you. You can post video reviews on Amazon. All these things. Just go to animalfamiliars.com to find out more and to order the book. All right, that's going to be that. Oh, I talked about the contest, so that's all I wanted to. I wanted to get to the best familiar, cutest familiar contest.
Cutest familiar. There's already 2 submissions too. So.
Oh my gosh! So we can take down Glinda.
Yeah, I just took down Glinda. Sorry, Glinda.
Sorry, Glinda.
She gets plenty of prizes at home.
I know. She gets treats all the time. That's all she cares about are treats. She doesn't care about being the cutest. She just cares about being the most well-fed cat. That's what she I want to remind people that, by the way, your familiar doesn't have to be your pet. It could be the cute crow that parks out on your front lawn every morning. It could be a pigeon. It could be a spider. It could be a wolf that you see on your walks in the wilds. I mean, there can be anything. It could be a wild animal. It could be a farm animal. You have a cute goat or a pig. My gosh, I really want to see a pig on there. I would vote for a pig for sure.
Me too.
So, I mean, pigs, as I was writing this book, I learned so much about some animals that I really hadn't had a lot of contact with. And pigs and chickens were the ones that really impressed me. Sorry, I had a moth that I wanted to, yeah. Pigs and chickens really impressed me, like, and rats. Never had a rat before, and I was like, "Oh my god, rats are amazing. Fancy rats are amazing." So, yeah, I learned a lot about animals that I really had been kinda like, whatever about, and I got really into them. Chickens, pigs, rats. What else? I think those are my biggies. Yeah. Alrighty, let's do some readings. And if you'd like to get a reading in, go ahead and make a donation on PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat. And you can find it in the chat on YouTube to how to do that. Then you go in our chat, you let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. Seasick Music, thank you so much for coming back again and joining us. This is awesome. I would love some guidance around my love life for the week ahead. I'm single, but there's somebody I have a spark with. Oh, I love that. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, look at the fox of the temperance card. Temperance card.
Mhm.
Beautiful card, gorgeous card. I mean, this says a couple of things to me. Number one, when I see the temperance card show up, I think of this connection, this heart connection that is a soul connection. So, this person that you have a spark with is somebody in your soul group. When I see the temperance card, I directly get that message that this is somebody you had a past life with, somebody that you feel like they feel like they know you. It's because you knew each other in a past life. The temperance card also has this kind of like spiritual and material element to it. It's like blending spiritual and material. So there's a like this definite like more to this relationship than just like hot to trot attraction, right? It's got something really very spiritual to it as well. The thing that I see with temperance card is, do they have it in this? Oh, a little bit. She didn't do it so much, but there's like a little crown of success in the background, right? Up through these mountain paths. Usually there's a little road. Do you see the little road going up there? So oftentimes when temperance card shows up, it's a card about having like what I think of as alchemy, right? When you're making something, it takes time to blend, it takes time to meld, it takes time to form the shape that it's going to form. When we have like an alchemist brewing something, they aren't like instant gratification. They're taking the time to brew something. I almost think of this as like an analogy for, you're not an alchemist, probably. I don't know, but you're probably not an alchemist. And um, thinking about like putting a cake in the oven, right? If we put a cake in the oven, we're going to let that cake bake for 30 minutes, right? We're not going to open that oven door every minute checking, is the cake done? Is the cake done? So temperance card asks us to have patience, to let the process happen organically, naturally. It's going to happen. So in this week, just I would say like it would be so lovely if you have a conversation with this person to have bring a spiritual element into that conversation. Also be patient with this person and what is coming together for you and coalescing for the two of you. I do see it coalescing, but it may take some time for like that person to move forward and for you to move forward. It might take a minute for that to kind of click into that passionate physical relationship that you're wanting. But right now, you can enjoy this moment of the attraction, the pull, that excitement. I always think like people like want to rush to like be in a committed relationship, right? But there's this really unique thing that happens at the beginning that we only get to experience in the beginning. When you've been with someone for 10 years, you're not going to feel this thinking about them and excitement when they text you and all of these things. So enjoy this like heightened feeling that you're having and like I would say let the cake bake is my message for you this week. Let the cake bake. The cake is in the oven, all is well. It's just going to take some time to get there, not because it's slowed down, but because this is the natural process of things, right? And so, yeah, temperance card really emphasizing that soul connection between the two of you. I love it. All right, take it away, Love Witch.
I pulled this card called Sunset. So maybe it's a beautiful sunset that you and this person need to go look at together and, have a date that way and some nice talks. But the first thing that came into my mind when I pulled this card is back when I worked in corporate America, they say sunsetting when they're getting rid of something, right? They don't want to admit they were wrong. We're not admitting that, we're just sunsetting it to move on to other pastures. So I think look at what like behaviors or thought patterns or old stories that you're telling yourself that you need to sunset in order to really set this up for success, which is another thing they love to say in corporate America. You got to set yourself up for success. So look at your life like a corporation and sunset the things that aren't working. And yeah, I think you probably already know what these things are, but if not, spend a little bit of time meditating on them. There's all these runes here too, so maybe cast some runes and see what guidance you can get from those. But yeah, and I think this could also just be about taking in that natural beauty of the sunset and taking a few minutes each day to enjoy that beauty and have some gratitude for that. And as you do that, you can reconnect to your intentions with this person and draw them a little bit closer that way.
My gosh, that's such good advice. You know what I would almost say? Like, even if you're not with them, go look at the sunset, because sunset is this twilight time that's super romantic, right? It's considered
It's a
such a
liminal
romantic,
time too.
it's a liminal time, and it's a magical time. And as you move into the dark is when passion, and excitement and going out and dating and all those things happen, right? So use the sun like as your focal point. Like I do this, excuse me, I've taught millions of people this spell of using the moon, right, to connect to a person, whether they're known or unknown. No matter where they are, the moon shines down on them. But also you can use the sun too. As that sun is setting, send a message to your loved one that is like, I hope you're thinking of me. I can't wait till we get together. I can't wait for our first kiss. Send those messages through the sun, because they are going to see a sunset. And when they see that sunset, they'll receive that connection and that message from you. So that could be a good thing too, right?
When I'm doing that type of work, I like to picture like underground wires connecting me and the person that I'm thinking about. And I picture those wires like coming from my body and down through my feet, and then I can see the earth and I see them moving toward that person, and then I just give that wire a little tug, right? So yeah, view those wires and connect with the earth, get grounded, and you're gonna see really good success, I think.
I know. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. Yeah. I think, temperance card is a success card. It's like, it's going to happen. It's got a bake in the oven, and then you're going to have a beautiful cake at the end.
Mhm.
Wedding cake. Thank you, Seasick Music. Thank you so much. All right. Next, we have Vivian, then Jessica, then Madeline, then Devon. Okay. So, Vivian, you're next. And if you'd like to get a reading, all you have to do is go to Venmo or PayPal, make a donation, let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what is your question. And we'll do a reading for you, and we'll add you to the list. Hi again. Hi, Love Witch. I sent 40 to Venmo. Thank you, Vivian. I need some general advice around all my dichotomies: relationship, work, where I live. I don't want to be more specific because I really want to hear what the cards have to say without influencing you guys. Okay, so thanks in advance. All right, so let's see the first one again. Go back to that first comment. So relationship, work, where I live. Okay. All right.
I love how mysteriously this first message ends. I was like, ooh, is Vivian being followed? Like, why doesn't she want us to know more? But now I understand.
All right. Okay. Oh, this is really interesting. I had a card pop out, so I'm going to keep that card. Okay. So here's what I'm seeing. First card that popped out is the Eight of Swords. This card is a card that I love. It's a card that's, you know what this card is? Do you remember in Moonstruck? Is Moonstruck the Cher movie? Moonstruck?
The snap out of it one.
Yeah, snap out of it.
Yeah.
This is a snap out of it card. The illusion that that little rooster has is that I'm trapped, right? He's got a blindfold on. He's got all these little ribbons around him, but those ribbons are really loose. Oh my gosh. But he's sitting there immobilized. Oh my God, I'm trapped. Look at the swords though. They're on the left and the right. They're not even like fully around him. And it's just like a little puddle at his feet. So this is like, can be like the thing that is causing us to feel trapped in some way, but it is an illusion. So when this card is comes up, when I have a reading or I'm reading for myself or I pull this card, I feel like Cher just slapped me and said, snap out of it. Right? It's
What a
like
treat.
I'm not as trapped as I think I am. Right? I'm not as trapped as I think I am. So your dichotomies with relationship, work, and where you live, you are not as trapped as you believe yourself to be. So think outside of the limitations that you have created for yourself. Look and say, is this a real limitation or did I create this limitation in my mind? Remember, swords are your thoughts, right? Swords are your thoughts. So, like an example, I know this isn't your example, Vivian, but like I use this example because it's a great one. Somebody goes, oh my gosh, unemployment is at 20%. I'm not even going to bother looking for a job because unemployment is so high. Yes, that reality exists that unemployment is high in this scenario. But in a scenario where there is high unemployment, does nobody get a job? Does nobody get a promotion? Everybody is like experiencing unemployment? No. Even in high unemployment times, people get jobs. So I want you to look and analyze your own things that you feel are constricting you or boxing you in or making you feel, in a sense, powerless, and really step back from them and say, is this a reality or is this a belief that I'm holding? That is this nice wake up slap in the face that Cher gives me when this card comes up. I'm like, oh, it's like it's not it's not possible for me to write a book. Why not? I did it, right? It's not possible for me to I have a deadline right now for my book. I'm like, "Oh my god, my deadline is at the end of the month and my book is only a third of the way done. I can't do it." Who's saying that? That's me telling me, right, that I can't do it. So, I need that wake up call to say like, "Oh, wait, you can do it." Love what Jasmine told me. You can do it. You can do it. So, so this is the first message. This is the card that jumped out is to tell you to examine your beliefs and to bust through what the limitations that you have created for yourself. Secondly, we see Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is creating a lot of sadness. There's tears, there's sadness. But the Nine of Swords is the card of like, you will look again. I think these two go together, that the 8 and 9 go together, is I see these limitations creating deep sadness for you, maybe even losing sleep, worrying, anxiety, and all of those things. So you need to, maybe it's helpful to write down what these things are. If you want a little spell, it's a great spell to do, is to like write down the limitation that you have created and burn it in a cauldron, right? Light it on fire, that piece of paper and on fire, and burn that little slip of paper that says, I can't. It's not possible. Like that's a lovely ritual for this because what I'm seeing is that you can and it is possible, but there's a belief that you're harboring that's holding you back. The High Priestess is the third card. High Priestess is your own wisdom and your own power. Like High Priestess is not this, right? The High Priestess is not looking at limitation, is not believing. The High Priestess is deeply spiritually connected. And she's creating for herself, the magic of what it is that she wants and the manifestation. So, what it feels like to me and Vivian, I know you are a master manifester. Like you are amazing at manifesting. So, where have we gotten off the track and how do we get back onto that track of starting to really feel back into our power high priestess power, realizing your power, and then using that power to manifest amazing things in your life. When you do that, everything is going to start flowing again. Everything is going to start going. We have the 8 of Wands, which is fast results. Like, I see you manifesting like a champ again. 8 of Wands is like no blocks in the road, nothing holding you back, forward movement. One of the things that 8 of Wands demands is focus, though. You cannot be with 8 of Wands, you cannot be multitasking too much. Like, you have to like limit it and narrow it down to what is my focus? What is my goal? What is it that I'm manifesting and working toward in the material and the spiritual? That is the truth. So I feel like your high priestess energy has gotten like shifted, and we need to shift it back. And the thing to do is to vanquish that sadness, is to realize and take down all paper the paper jail that you have made around yourself in these areas, and really examine it. So yes, what do you have, Love Witch?
I want to say first, I love that she got the 8 and 9 of Swords back to back like that. When I see that as like things are magically falling into order for you. So use that to your advantage. Things are about to fall into order. Walk through life with that knowledge. I pulled this card called Initiation. And to me, this says it's really your time to like set the tone. If you want to be in like a new phase of your life, if you want to live somewhere new, if you want to feel new things, it's as simple as beginning that process. There's lots of like initiations or, like rituals that take us from one thing to another until you walk across that stage. You're not a high school graduate, and then you walk across and you are. And it's as simple as that. And it's not really as simple as that because you did all the work required to get there. But it does come down to that moment. So Vivian, you've done all the work required to get the things you want, and you just need to realize that now is the point where you start going toward them, or you keep waiting for them and waiting around in water. I think it's time to get on your feet. I see lots of like fire in this image. So I think writing down the things that are holding you back or writing down your limitations and burning them is perfect. Set them free. I remember when I was living in Nashville, I got to this point because I really didn't like living in Nashville. And I was really just hating life. And one day I was like, you know what? I'm deciding to be happy. And a couple of my friends were like, that's a joke. If it was that easy, you could do that anytime. But it actually worked because I was like, okay, I'm telling myself new stories. And if I am doing something and I realize it's not making me happy, I'm going to switch up and do something else. And if you can just have that mentality for a week or two, you can make drastic change in your life. And I moved to New York City 2 weeks after I set that intention. So see how fast things can move.
I also think of initiation as something that like you have to cross a bridge, right? And sometimes that bridge can feel a little daunting, but what you want is on the other side of that bridge, you know?
Yeah. And you'll never get there by just like waiting for someone to carry you across the bridge or waiting for the bridge to turn into one of those nice moving platforms at the airport. You just got to walk across the bridge.
Yeah. So take that like, that initiation. Initiations are not easy, and they're purposefully not easy, You might have to do something that's like a little scary, but then doing the scary thing is going to get you to your fullness and your expansion for sure.
Yeah.
Love that.
And in my experience, things that are worth having are always scary to get, right? Like the things that are really within reach and easy and not scary at all are pretty boring. So you want to be a little bit afraid.
Thank you so much, Vivian. We're so grateful to you. Thank you so much. All right. We have Jessica, Madeline, Devon, and Galadriel coming up next. If you would like to have a reading, you can. All you have to do is go to Venmo or PayPal. The links are in the chat. Make a donation and then come back onto the chat. Let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. And then we will do it. So just like Jessica did here, $40 on PayPal. Really struggling with being harsh on myself lately, exhausted from chronic illness. Any guidance on self-love, please? Oh my gosh. Yes. 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 It can be when you're dealing with a chronic illness, it can be really easy to fall into that kind of, looking at what you used to do or what other people are doing and comparing and despairing, But yeah, to get out, to get like, I feel like that's like the broken record, or the, the scratched record that needs to like get the needle to jump out. You need to get that needle to jump out of that. And really, maybe instead of comparing yourself to others, um, giving yourself grace, number one, and noticing each day something that maybe was easier than the day before, if you can. There's some days you probably have up and down days and harder days and easier days. But on those days that are a little bit easier, maybe notice, hey, I don't feel the pain in my feet anymore. You know what I was noticing? Not to make this about me, but I was noticing the other day, it's like with COVID, I had tinnitus and I was having ringing in my ears. And I just noticed it started to come back again. And I'm like, oh, that means I didn't have it for a while because I didn't notice it. So, like, it went away for a while. That's a good thing. So I know that the thing that it gave me, even though it's back a little bit, is that, oh, it can go away again, right?
My
It
dad
can
had
go.
that for years, and he was like, "I'm kind of getting used to it, and I kind of like it because I can turn it into Jingle Bells or other really catchy songs with enough focus." So give that a shot.
But anyway, so, just kinda, it's like maybe on those days that you're feeling, you had a good day and then you have a bad day, you can go, if you're having a bad day, you can go, "Well, I had a good day, so my good days can come back again." And if you're having a good day, celebrate the good day, even if it's just a relief of one little element, to look at that. It could be really, really good. All right, let's take a look. Let's see. All right. Oh, oh, yes. But yes. Yes, but yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. I see good health things for you too, which is good. Got a good health card here. Okay, first card though. First things first. The 3 of Swords. Ugh, nobody likes to see the 3 of Swords, but I see the 3 of Swords as this. 3 swords, thoughts, ideas, beliefs. Thoughts, ideas, and beliefs. This is a little bit reminiscent of that 8 of Swords we just saw. Thoughts, ideas, and beliefs that are causing you pain, right? A little more specific than the 8 of Swords, actually. So, what thoughts, ideas, and beliefs are causing you pain, right? Meaning in the sense of not physical pain, but like, oh, 10 years ago, I used to be able to do so much, and now I'm exhausted and I can't do as much as I used to do. In fact, it's a big deal if I get out of bed and brush my teeth. So, the thought, idea, or belief that's causing you pain is that you are worth less because you aren't doing as much as you used to do. But the solution and the resolution of that and the self loving thing to do is to say, I am being, right? Not I'm doing, I am being. I'm not a human doing, I'm a human being, right? That I am, that there are things that I can do even in when I'm suffering. There are things that I can do. Or maybe it's like I give my body that rest that it needs, right? I think about the things that you're thinking and the harsh judgments that you're, like you said, the harsh judgments on myself lately. I'm being harsh with myself lately, right? Because you're comparing to the way you used to be, or comparing yourself to other people. But that's the first thing to do, is to remove those swords. So here's a little secret here. Two little secrets in this card. Number one, first secret. Do you see the rain clouds and the raindrops? Rain clouds and raindrops, right? It can rain and rain and rain and rain, but eventually the rain stops and the sun comes out and there's a rainbow. So, whatever your emotion you're experiencing in the moment, if it's a painful emotion, remember that you won't feel that way forever. It's important to remember that. I'm a Cancer, so I'm really in my feelings a lot, in my feelings. When I'm in my feelings and I'm feeling sad, I have these feelings like, I'm always going to feel like this, right? And then I have to remind myself logically, no, you're not. And somehow, when you realize that you're not going to feel that way physically or not feel that way emotionally forever, it alleviates this. Feelings change, emotions change, right? And so this will change and this will pass too, just like the rain clouds. Second thing I want to show you in this card, you see those three swords? Ouch, they're stabbing the heart. Ow, ow, ow. But if we took those swords out, the heart is in pretty good shape, right? So, hi, Fammy. Um, so, what you have to remember is that when you remove the thoughts, ideas, and beliefs that are causing pain, the heart can heal, right? The heart can heal. The heart can be whole. This isn't a heart that's chopped up into a million pieces. It can heal. So that's your first job to do is to work on the self-talk, work on the compare and despair, and even work on the emotion that you're feeling in the moment to say, I'm not going to always feel this sad. I'm not always going to feel this self-judgmental, you know? It's important. Second card is 2 of Wands. Okay. This is a big one. Having a vision for what you would like something to look forward to is really, really good. 2 of Wands is having the vision of something in the future. So, what are some things that you would like to envision for yourself? Maybe it's having enough energy to cook a breakfast for yourself. Maybe it's having enough energy to do some painting or read a book. So hold that vision in your mind of what it is that you foresee for yourself. This is like in the traditional Rider Waite isn't a witch. It's an explorer guy who's got a globe of the world. Like he's planning, I'm going to sail around the world or whatever he's going to do, right? I'm going to sail around the world spreading smallpox. I don't know, whatever he's going to do.
I hope not.
I know like we're not great human beings by our today's standards, but anyway. But let's just say this is a good explorer. He's just going to sail around the world. He's not going to bother anybody as he sails around the world. So
Just like
there's this vision that he's holding of this thing that even if he hasn't done it, that he can do it. So I'd like you to have that vision for yourself. What it is what little thing you would like to do. Maybe it's getting up and taking a shower. Maybe it's getting out of bed. Maybe it's making your bed. Maybe it's brushing your teeth. Maybe it's any of those things. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be you're painting the Sistine Chapel, right? It can be just that you did something today that you didn't have the energy to do yesterday, or you didn't have the get up and go to do, and hold that vision. But I would love to see you have a vision of something that is really nourishing beyond brushing your teeth and taking a shower and making your bed and all of those things, to really have a vision of like, I'm going to paint. I don't feel like I have the energy to paint now. I'm just making up painting. But I'm going to paint. I mean, I think of amazing Frida Kahlo, who was in bed in a cast, sometimes bedridden for weeks and months at a time. She went through many surgeries to alleviate her pain. And she, set up a thing so she could paint while she was sitting there, and lying there. So I think, think about the things that you can, look forward to. That can also be such a good thing. And they just need to be small, really heart nourishing things, right? Not big things. Not I'm going to travel the world, not I'm going to, climb Mount Everest. It doesn't have to be those things. It can be just small things that you bring back or small things that you start, but have those things to look forward to. I see a beautiful day around the corner. Ace of Pentacles is good health. So I see health, pain, illness, having improvement, right? This is a good card for health, and it definitely has a sense of improvement. So the way the chronic illness and the exhaustion that you're feeling can actually it's not going to descend into worse. It's going to get better. So we want to keep the vision on the things that we're going to do when we're feeling more energy, when we're feeling like we have the capability of doing them, because that day will come. Lastly, Two of Swords, beautiful Two of Swords is about being at a crossroads and making a choice and making that choice logically, right? So I think there are some things here that you can choose to do even in this situation, I think would be so good. Like, for example, I'm just using painting for some reason. Frida Kahlo's in my mind. So I'd say, like, okay, I don't have the energy to paint now. I want to paint in the future. I'd like to pursue that thing. I'd like to read a book. I'd like to be able to lie down and just be able to focus and read a book. So I'm going to hold that image in my mind, set that intention that I'm going to read a book, but I'm also going to make choices that support that. So is it getting more rest, or giving yourself more time to do something, or giving yourself some kind of accommodation so that you can do it? Make that choice, right? The choice is either don't do it or save up your energy so you can do it, right? So these are the things that are going to bring that, bring that peace to your heart, having the vision, and then be, just be, just be, right? Even when we're just being, we can do so much, right? Affirmations, my gosh, affirmations are great. And affirmations don't take any physical energy except maybe talking. But even you can think an affirmation if you can't talk, you can do that. So, yeah, I'm holding you in my heart, Jessica. Absolutely. What do you have for Jessica, Love Witch?
I wonder if Jessica should build some sort of little altar or shrine to Frida Kahlo or to someone else who resonates with her, maybe even somebody who experienced the same illness, to call on their strength, you know? Um, this is something I'm working on. I have like an ancestor who was a political martyr, and I'm stressed out by politics right now. And I'm like, I think I could call on his strength. So I just ordered a big photo of him to put on my altar. So I think giving something like that a try to lighten the load, right? Like, you don't have to do this alone. You have spirits that can help you, ancestors, idols, all kinds of things. Frida Kahlo. So she's around. She's ready to help. Tap into her energy. I pulled this card that says summer, and I think this is very inspirational and exciting. Like, there are good, warmer days ahead, and you just got to get there. And what I think about really with this card too is when we're in the dead of winter, like we are now, summer can feel the furthest away from where we are. But you know what's actually the furthest away? The next dead of winter. We're halfway to summer. So don't feel like you're at the starting point, because you are way farther along than that. And you may not be able to do things you did yesterday, but tomorrow you're going to be able to do things that you didn't do today. So don't compare yourself. Just take it day by day and find joy where you can, and know that summer is ahead. Hopefully
Yeah.
that's helpful.
Don't even compare yourself to Frida Kahlo, because what I'm telling you is she wasn't painting every single day. I'm 100% certain there were days that she was doing nothing. So
Totally.
don't compare and despair, just, tap into that energy, to
I think
say,
too, like, doing nothing is definitely an act of self-love, or it can be. And when I'm feeling sick or have to take time out, I try and infuse some gratitude, where I think about, like, oh, there were times in my life where I couldn't be sick, or like if I was sick, I just had to go into work because there was no one to cover for me. My life doesn't look like that anymore. So just like your life may be harder in some ways than it used to be, Jessica, I bet you have designed it to be easier in other ways to accommodate for the way things are. So patting yourself on the back and like thanking your past self for all the preparations they made can be another good way of not beating yourself up, right?
yeah, you know what also too is, when you were saying that, what was coming in my head? It just flew out the window. What was it? Oh well, I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. Oh well, okay. Anyway, thank you so much, Jessica. Our hearts are with you. You're amazing. Yeah, you're gonna get
Absolutely.
there. You're gonna get there. Keep at it, you know. All right. Next, we have Devon feeding the whole granny. Oh, thank you. Please, what is that deck? Yes, the deck is, thank you for asking, is the Silver Acorn Tarot by Stephanie Buscema. It's available at the Parlor of Wonders. I wrote the little book inside. Here's the book. Look, Madame Pamita. Um, And Stephanie made an amazing deck, a beautiful deck with such great, rich imagery. I love this deck so much. And we have it at the Parlor of Wonders. You can also get it at stephaniebuscema.com. We also have a little Silver Acorn Lenormand deck as well, which is a different style of reading, but great cards and also with that great design. Look how cute. Look. Oh my gosh. So together they make a great set. Okay. All right. So 4 cards for Devon. Feeding a Whole Granny. I love it. Thank you so much, Devon. You are such a consistent, bright light, always here. A lot of you guys show up week after week, and we're so grateful to you. All right. Where's Mel been? Speaking of showing up week after week, where's our Mel been?
No, we miss you, Mel.
Are you watching, Mel? We miss you. All right. Love it. Oh my gosh. What an awesome week for you. Great week for you. Yeah, you've had some weeks with ups and downs and lots of action and lots of like hustle bustle, but this is a great, great week. So first off, we start with the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is like smooth sailing, forward motion, things going quickly, no blocks in the road. I love this. So projects that you're working on, the work that you're doing, you're going to get things really efficiently done. It feels like things are focused. They move forward very quickly. I love it. Everybody's on the same page. Everybody's working together, all toward the goals, and things get accomplished. But take that energy for yourself, not just at work as well. It's like, think about the things in your life you want to focus on, that you want to manifest and have them come quickly, because this is a card about quick results. So I would say, with the 8 of Swords energy, give a little focus this week, because we've got this nice, really sweet week where you can take some time for yourself to focus on what it is that you want to achieve, your goals that you want to achieve. I know you got some big goals. Put some energy and focus there, whether it's doing a spell, saying an affirmation, taking an action step, all of that can be very, very supportive this week. Hierophant. Hierophant is somebody who is learning from you, or you learning from someone else. Hierophant energy is somebody who is teaching you a traditional wisdom of some kind. So this can be the most efficient method of doing something. It can be learning spiritual teachings. I mean, definitely Hierophant would have that spiritual teachings, but it's like the traditional wisdom. It'd be a great week for you to delve into like folk magic. It would be a great week for you to delve into divination, tarot, anything like that you want to learn on a spiritual level. It would be great to learn as well. So maybe buy yourself a book, take a workshop, take a class. With all this like kind of flowing energy right now, you're not stressed out. You can focus and do that and bring that thing to yourself. I mean, really expand your skill set with the Hierophant card. Also, makes me super happy. 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups energy is getting together with sweet friends and celebrating. I see something. It could be celebrating small wins. It could be just happy times with loved ones and friends and people that you care about, but it's really joyful. So it would be also great, as we're looking at the week ahead, to make a plan, get together with a really good friend, make a plan to go do something. It's very easy in these winter months to like get cooped up at home and just do your stuff at home. It's kind of cozy being at home, but this is asking you to get out and socialize a little bit. So find that friend, that loved one, that person, and make a plan this week to get together. You need to initiate the plans to make it happen if it isn't already happening. Lastly, we have Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is like new ideas, new thoughts, ideas, mental acuity, like super sharp mental acuity and great communication. So if there's anything this week, you can ask for what it is and receive it, right? This is like, and I would say, I think I mentioned this book to you before, Devon, maybe not, but it's a book called The Aladdin Factor, which in a nutshell, it's telling you, ask for things. It's like really what, like the summary of the book is ask for things. So it's about like the magic of asking, not only asking the universe to deliver things, which is what we do when we're doing, manifestation work, is we're asking the universe to deliver what it is that we're wanting, but also asking people for things. So when I read this book was many, many, many years ago. I was I was like right after I read this book, I had my then boyfriend's family take my boyfriend and me with them on this very fancy resort vacation. It was so lovely. It was really lovely. At this resort, the family gave all the women in the group, there was a family, it was a family get together and I was invited. All the women in the group got to go to get a massage, right? And they had made an appointment for all four of us to go at the same time, but it was the mom, the two daughters, and me, the girlfriend, right? So there was only three appointments, and one appointment had to wait 20 minutes later. No big deal, right? So I said, well, why don't you three go at the same time? I'll go 20 minutes later, and then I'll meet you guys afterwards, wherever, right? So while they went in, I was like, oh, I can ask for something. Let's see what happens if I ask for something. Cause I was all high on this book, right? So I went to the front counter. I said, this was the mom's anniversary or birthday or whatever it was. I think it was their anniversary party or something. This was a very special thing for her. And, I didn't say you screwed up, but you screwed up. You were supposed to have all four of us at the same time and right? Is there anything that you could do to, kind of make up for this, you know, fuck up, right? But I said it in a super nice way. I'm like, oh, this was supposed to be, this very special thing. And they're like, absolutely. We'll give her a gift basket. And they gave her, so it wasn't asking for me. I was asking for her because it was her special day and her special thing. They gave her a whole gift basket of all these like lotions and potions and this and that and the other, but that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't asked, right? So I was like, damn, man, it really works. So, so I think if you haven't read that book or listened to the book, it's a little, okay, I'm going to say it's a little cheesy. It's done by the guys that did Chicken Soup for the Soul, but there's a lot of nuggets in that book that are so, so good. So I think it's something really great. And to get into a mindset of asking in really nice ways for things. What have you got to lose? If I said to them, hey, she made this plan and, we were supposed to all go in together. Is there something nice that you could do for her? And they said, no, sorry. So what? I didn't get anything. She didn't get anything. Nobody cares. So what? I was no worse off than I was before. But by asking, I got this. And so I started like doing this everywhere, just asking very nicely, very politely. And I think asking is a superpower. So start asking for things. The other thing I'd say about that too is there's a really like when the thing I cannot stand, hate, is when you go to customer service and you get a robot, please say what you would like. And you say, and they're like, I don't understand that. And like, you're like, oh, right. So then by the time you actually get to a person, you're super hot and mad and angry and everything. But somebody told me and so wisely said, when you get to the actual real person and you can do that, like get that customer service, say to them, the first thing that should come out of your mouth is, I'm really hoping you can help me with this. I'm really hoping you're the helper who can help me with this problem. Because when you call somebody a helper, when you say, I'm hoping that you can help me with this, you are immediately coming off with this spell that they are going to be the helper, right? That they are going to be a helper. So that's what this whole book is about. But I think that is such a, like, I've used that. Like I used to get so mad at customer service and cranky and da 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 da. I started using that and I started getting all the help. People pulling strings, people doing all kinds of things because they probably get all the freaking angry people all the time. So when they have a nice person that they're dealing with, love what you can relate, right? You
Yeah,
embrace
I used to do customer support in a way more intense way than I do now, where I would have to be like chatting with 3 or 4 different people about technical issues at the same time. Who
Oh
do you
my
think
god.
was getting most of my attention? The person being the nicest, right? And the person who was coming in hot and being super mean, I would take my sweet time. Like, who do you think was getting like the free account credits and the special treatment? The people who were nice,
Oh
because
my
my day
god.
was really hard and they made it better.
So asking for things. So check it out. I thought of one more example of this. We're teaching you how to like get things from customer service. Wild. But one time I got on a plane and I was delayed. My plane was delayed, and everybody on that plane had to spend the night. So we
Yeah.
had to go up to the counter to like get our vouchers for our hotel, get our flight for the next day, and all of that stuff. So the woman in front of me she coming in hot. And she's like, I've got to be in a meeting and blah, blah, blah. And this is unacceptable and blah, 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 blah. And the woman behind the counter goes, I'm sorry, the next flight that we can get you on is at 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. And she's like, blah, 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 blah. Okay, she was going to the same place I was going. I come up, has her big temper tantrum, and then she goes, takes off. I come up and go, hi, how are you? I was going to visit my friends. Hi, how are you? Um, just being nice and normal and calm. She's like, I'll get you on a flight at 9 a.m. tomorrow. And then I think I got bumped up or something like that. But it was like, that woman could have gotten on that 9 a.m. flight, but because she was all hot, she didn't. So
Mhm.
nice to customer service people is the moral of that story. So yeah, absolutely. So if you ask for what it is that you want, check out that book too. I think it's a really great mindset shift. You can listen to it book on tape or read it. Yeah, it's such a good one for that to really shift that energy of like asking, but asking in ways. What have you got to lose by asking, right? Nothing. So there's going to be an opportunity, Devon, for you to ask something, and you get to put that to the test this week. Excellent. What have you got for Devon?
I pulled this card that says creativity. So I think enjoy some creative pursuits this week. Some of the best advice you ever gave me is to like have low stakes creative projects, right? Like something where you're not going to make any money off of it and you're just doing it for fun. So find something like that so that you can really just have something that's good for your soul and it's like rejuvenating in that way, and where there's no stakes at all. And that way, when you want to be lazy or you want to procrastinate, you can just go do your little creative thing and you're not being lazy at all. You're recharging and you're preparing yourself for when the world demands your creativity. So, yeah, I think spend a little bit of time doing that. And also remembering that, like, you've created in the past. It's not that hard. It can be intimidating if we're like, out of the swing of things, but you can do it. That's why I've been telling Pamita she can finish her book because she's done it before several times over. So same for you, Devon. Whatever it is you're facing this week, you can do it. Maybe you haven't done it this quickly before, but you will find a way. I believe in you.
I'm telling you, man, it's a crazy times, crazy times. Thank you so much, Devon. We love you so much. And Devon is creative. She has lots of crafty, wafty things that she does. So yeah, I love that. And that's the wonderful thing about crafts. A lot of times, I mean, we'll make them for our friends, but a lot of times we're just doing it for ourselves and we might not even show anybody else what we're doing. We might just do it just for the enjoyment and pleasure of doing it. And that's such a soul nourishing thing for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So we have Galadriel, then Avenue Potter, then Maria coming up
Oh,
the
we
next
actually have
three. Oops.
Madeline next, and
Oh,
then
Madeline. What happened? Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Madeline
We
and
have
Devon at the same time. So
oh my
I
gosh. Okay,
messed up a
so
little bit.
Madeline is next, then Galadriel, then Avenue Potter, then Maria. Okay. Thank you, Madeline. It's great to see you, Madeline. We've missed you. How can I best support my daughter who is unemployed and just found out the landlord is selling her building? Changes, unwanted changes. Unwanted changes can then sometimes bring us to really great places. And I think one of the things, without even turning over a card, is I would say, that if you're like really like you're in a building and you're like the rent's really cheap and you might be like have this building is broken down and this and that, but the rent's so good, I'm going to stay. Sometimes we stay in these situations where it really is time to go, and then the universe gives us a little gentle to get going, right? So maybe this unemployed is like opening up the opportunity for a new job, and number two, the landlord is selling her building, which we don't know if that means she's going to stay or if she's going to go, but that could open up an opportunity as well. So I think also, it's anecdote city tonight, but I think about times like when I lost my librarian job, they replaced me with the minimum wage worker, someone who's making $8 an hour, right? It was insane. So I lost my library job and I was like, it felt like that tower moment. Like, what the heck am I going to do? I'm a single mom. I have no income. What the heck am I going to do? And then I was like, this can open up something really good for me. Okay, I don't know what that good thing is, if it's a library, working at a different library, if it's going to back to teaching, if it's doing this or doing that, but it can open up really good things for me. I have to keep that in mind. And I think that is really important. And what happened was I was like, okay, I don't know what that really good thing is, but in the meantime, I'm just going to do tarot readings and collect unemployment. That's what my plan in the like what am I going to do this week so I can keep food on my table and a roof over my kid's head, right? So what I didn't know was that losing my job pushed me into doing tarot readings more. And when I got pushed into it's like everything opened for me. I would still be doing parties on the weekends and working at a schlepper job. Not that being a librarian's a schlepper, but working at a job, if it weren't for that moment of like that little gentle push that the universe is giving, like, get going, girl. So I think that this is something that you can also help her to get to that place. Um, to start to like thinking like this is the universe giving you a little shove to find something that's more satisfying. Maybe that job wasn't the be all and end all, right? And this is your opportunity to get that, job that you've always wanted, to find that motivation and to have a moment where you can say like, okay, I'm gonna look for a job that is more up my alley, that has more of what I want. Then you could do that spell, that magic 21 spell, listing the 21 qualities of the job that, she can do this, listing the qualities of the job that she wants. What are the things that she's looking for? Is she looking for something that is close to home, or she can work from home, or something with a nice social environment with people that she likes to work with? So all of those things, right? So good. All right, so let's see. Let's see what we got here. I love it. I love it. This is exactly what the cards are saying. All right. The first card is that Five of Swords. Five of Swords is absolutely where she is right now. Five of Swords can be like that. Oh my gosh, I got ripped off. Sometimes it can feel like being ripped off, like somebody else won and I lost. There can be feelings of like dissatisfaction, and there can even be feelings of like some of the things that I get from Five of Swords is like running on a hamster wheel but not making any progress, right? It's cyclical. It has this energy of like I I want the one army won the battle, but they didn't gain any ground. So what's the point of the battle, right? There's a kind of like a hopelessness about that, like a hamster running on a wheel. I'm not moving forward. Why am I running, right? So there can be this, but when she gets to the place of Ace of Cups, which is her heart's desire, that is what you can help her to do, is to find her heart's desire. So if you have good communication and you want to sit down with her, you can do this as a project together. Like, you could be the note taker and she could tell you what are the things that she would love in a job. Or if she wants to do this on her own, she can do it on her own. But to make that list of the 21 qualities of the job that she's looking for, not list 21 places that she wants to work, or 21 job titles, but like, what's important to her in the job. Like, think about jobs in the past, what she liked, what she didn't like. And if she didn't like something, what would be the thing that she would like? And if she did like something, would she like to have that in her next job? Right. So I think about like jobs in my past. I really liked having great coworkers, right? Fun friends that I made at work. I really liked having a work that was close to home, easy to get to, not a long commute. I liked working in a clean environment. I didn't want to work in a I don't know, digging a ditch or something like that. I wanted to work indoors. So think about the things that she can think about the things that she liked about jobs and didn't like, but make that list of what the 21 most important things are in her job search, like what kind of job she would like to activate. Then take that list and fold it up and put it in her wallet or her purse. That's where your money comes. That represents your money. That's what jobs do is they give us money so she can do that. All right. Then what's going to happen? 7 of cups. She's going to have lots of options. I think there are more options out there than she even realizes about jobs that could offer her something really wonderful. So this is a good card to see because it's like, oh, then I get to choose which one I want. She's going to choose with her heart, and that is important. Choosing with your heart, choosing the thing that makes your heart sing. That's how she has to go down this path. What is the thing that makes her heart sing? So she has to discover that. So right now she's not in it, but you can help her, guide her, advise her. You can show her this video, whatever, to get her to the place where she sees that. So yeah, yeah. Then all will be well. What do you have,
Um,
Lovely?
when I read this question and I saw that the landlord is selling her building, in my head, I thought, oh, maybe she should buy the building. And I know that's not good advice for somebody who's unemployed and like looking for an apartment, probably. But that type of unlimited thinking, I think, is really helpful because if you're thinking, oh, maybe I could buy the building, any other idea you have after that is probably going to be a lot easier and it's going to feel less intimidating than buying a building when you're unemployed. So I want to make a recommendation, which is a video on this channel called Play the As If game, where Madam Pimita will walk you through talking with a friend about your dreams as if they've already come true. Like, oh, I love living in my new apartment. It's so nice having these amenities that I didn't have at the old place. My new job is so great. It's so leisurely. I get paid so much to do so little. Just talking about those things, even if it's for a few minutes a day, is going to help to activate them. And this is great because you can help her with that. You can call her up every day and just let her know in advance. Every day when I call at 6 p.m., we're going to talk as if you've got everything that you've been dreaming of. And that way you don't even have to like switch into that gear. Your body will know. So I think give that a try. I pulled this card called Air, and this lines right up with that, right? Like speaking your intentions out into the air, letting the universe know about them, and then watching them come to you. This butterfly up in the left-hand corner tells me that like this difficult time that she's having now will be worth it and will result in a life that's more beautiful than the one that she was living before this gentle nudge from the universe. And I don't know about you, but I'm so grateful for every time the universe nudged me because it moved me on to something bigger and better that I was ready for and just didn't realize it yet.
I love that so, so much. And yes, the as if game is a good one. Oh my gosh, it's a good one. And that's something you can do with her if she's, I mean, like, I don't know how closed off or how the communication is with the two of you, but if she's open to your help and assistance, the as if game is brilliant. It's great. You'll giggle, you'll laugh. It's so fun and funny. I mean, I've always, every time I've played it, whoever I'm playing it with, we always like, oh, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Because you are being fantastical, it's not realistic. So that giggling is from that like area of like knowing that this you're projecting out there, but it's also delightful.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
let's do a little example right now. Oh my gosh, Love Witch, I looked at the New York Times and your book is on the bestseller list of the New York
I
Times.
know it's been there for 6 weeks straight.
It's amazing. I see your face on the cover of magazines. Oh my gosh, that interview that you did in the New Yorker was amazing. Oh my gosh, I
Thank
can't
you so
believe it.
much. It feels so good. And now Vivian Westwood wants to give me a free wardrobe for every appearance I do.
I love that Vivian Westwood was brought back to life. Isn't that
Yeah,
amazing?
well, yeah. Yes, it's possible.
So
She was
you can
born.
say anything. You can say anything. But the
That was
point of
fun.
that is you get a little flavor of that. That's what the game is. You just talk about something that is not here yet as if it's already here, and you will laugh and you'll have a good time. And that will also help things along if she's feeling sad, that 5 of Swords can also feel like really heavy. Like lighten it up with this game and like do it. Like if you did it every day, oh my gosh, the things you would manifest would be blow your
Mhm.
mind. Absolutely.
In this
Absolutely.
house, we talk about renting a floor of this building just for the pets, and now it's moved on to each pet needs their own floor, and then that takes us as taking up the whole building, and that sounds so nice, right? So,
I
what if
love
the neighbors
that.
were just our pets?
A hotel for cats. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Madeline. All right,
Thank you.
Galadriel, you are next, and then Avenue Potter, and then Maria. If anyone else would like a reading, you can get a reading too. All you have to do is look in the chat where it says Venmo or PayPal, or go to Super Chat, make a donation there. Let us come back onto the chat. Let us know how much you donated, where you donated, and what your question is in the chat. You'll see examples of people doing it before you, and you just come up with your own question and make your donation. It's $10 per card. 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine who are suffering during this full-scale invasion. Our friends Botan Harbor. If you want to see who you're helping too, every day I send this money to them right afterwards, and it goes into their coffers for their shopping expedition on Monday morning, because it's really, really early Monday morning in Ukraine right now. And so you can do that. So yes. So where is Botan Harbor link so they can find out who they're helping? If you follow Yulia on Facebook, you can see the seniors that you're helping. She posts them the day after. She posts pictures of them, their food, what's going on with them, all kinds of things. So you can find that by following Yulia on Facebook. All right. So let's get into it. Galadriel. Oh, okay. So talking to crush psychically, but trying to talk to him in real life, but don't know where he is. How do I find him? Been so concerned about the world, I forgot about love. Oh, and you're busy, girl. I know you're busy, busy too.
I kind of
So
like that though, because I find that when I stop looking for something, it finds me, right? So maybe this distraction is just what your love life needed.
yeah,
Take the
yeah.
pressure off a little.
Ugh, I don't think it's a good distraction. The world is not a good
Yeah.
distraction.
But it might be good to take a break from thinking about your love life, right? It could
That's
at
true.
least be useful. How about that?
That's true. You know what? I also get this. You know what? Um, You know what you said when you said that, like you've lost something and then you'd get distracted and it comes back to you. I think about like how the fairies, or the fae folk, or the spirits, like the house spirit and stuff, will take
Mhm.
your stuff and hide it, and then like you have to make an offering to them and then it'll come back. So is there a spirit that you work with that you think might have like done something to get your attention? Like,
Mm.
I almost think the opposite is like, maybe this is like we take our attention off the world and put our attention back on this thing, but we do it in a way that's like, okay, I know I lost this person. I can't find
Misplaced.
them right now. And now I want to find them again, or I want them to find me. And so making, like working with your spirits, your deities, your guides, or your ancestors, or whoever, to like make some offerings to bring them back might not be a bad idea. You know, is there somebody you work with, Galadriel? Your fairies? You're somebody? I don't know. All right, let's see. Ah, look at the cards. Do not lie. The cards do not lie. All right. The first thing that I am seeing this, the Three of Pentacles. And if I remember correctly, the two of you at one time worked together, right? This is where you met each other, is that you worked together. Is that correct? Why am I remembering or misremembering?
I'm remembering that too, unless it's a different crush. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
you're remembering
I think it's the
correctly.
same one. I think it's the same one. So Three of Pentacles energy is showing that this person he's really working hard right now. That's why you're not hearing from him, because he's working. If you can reach out to him in a work context. Hey, I heard about this. Are you busy right now? I've heard about this job that would be great for you. Or, you know, blah blah blah. I need your help on a project. I don't know what to do on this project. If there's something work related in the way that you can contact him, it will probably be a great way to get that communication back again flowing. I don't know if you guys are working together or if there is something that you can do to sort of make that happen, because Three of Pentacles would be working together. So maybe it's finding a job that works for him at the place where you're working right now. Or if you're not working or you're wanting to find a new job, you can reach out to him and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a job. And I loved what we did on this project or that project, and let me know if there's anything that opens up in this area." So job related question could be the way to like reconnect again. If you have an email or have a phone number or text or anything like that that you can reach out, that would be ideal. The next card is the Temperance card. Remember, this is the soulmate, the soul connection, right? This is somebody that you've had a past life with, maybe multiple past lives with. So that thread of connection runs two ways, right? This is a thread of connection between the two of you. So Temperance card is saying, I think, if I read these two together, that work is really taking a precedent right now. But when work simmers down, things will open up with communication with the two of you. If you approach with a work question or work related thing, that can also be very good. But it's going to be, it's going to like marinate a little bit. Like it's got to marinate a little bit. So that's a good start there, right? Asking about work, asking or offering, or something related to work. I mean, it could be like anything, right? Like let's say you worked on a project together and there's some new, I don't know, new news about that project that you could share, right? Even if he's not working on that project anymore. So I think these things are the way to kind of grease the communication channels a little bit. But temperance is don't, like there's a soul connection there. Keep working that soul connection. Things will eventually get back on track again. So, yeah.
I think so too. I pulled this card that says spring. So I think this is going to work itself out when the spring comes around. So instead of worrying about where he is, worry about where you'd like him to be and how you can manifest that. Make room for him in your life. So, for me, if I'm like waiting on a piece of mail, I'll clear off the table where we put the mail. And I think this could be useful. Like, I don't know if there are things lingering around from a past crush, clear those out of the way, right? But also this like peacock, I think that's in this image. I think I see a peacock.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
To me,
yeah.
says
I thought it
like
was the tail of a cat.
could be that too, right? Up for interpretation. But I think that's about really putting yourself out there, adorning yourself, making yourself look really pretty, and instead of trying to track him down, let him spot you with ease. Make yourself really easy to find. This to me, when I first saw it, I was like, I think that's a lighthouse. So be a lighthouse, be shining bright in the dark, and that way it's easy for him to come right to you. Oh, we got a little bit of context here. We did work together, and then I got laid off and we ended up in another company, but then he left again. So maybe he'll come back, right? But also maybe that's your spirit guides helping you out. Maybe he has a policy where he doesn't date people that he works with, right? So maybe he needed to not work with you in order to see you romantically. So I don't want you to view this as a hurdle. I just want you to view this as like the current situation, and he's going to find his way back to you as long as you make yourself visible enough.
Yeah, yeah. There's also a chrysalis in that, a
Oh yeah.
cocoon in there.
Yeah, see, so
But
you're just
yeah,
supposed to be taking care of yourself right now and preparing yourself and going through this transformation. And you're a Scorpio, so you got transformation down, no problem. So just focusing on the fact like this is something that's calling on your strengths. Scorpio also are excellent private detectives, so hunt him down. Find out his
yeah,
mother's maiden name, like get all the information you can. Knowledge is power.
yeah. I mean, I think, you probably have some kind of means of contact. And if you come with a work related thing, it won't seem awkward,
Yeah,
Be a queen.
on my, soap opera that I watch every day, this character was in love with someone else's husband, so she applied for that woman to get a job in France, and then she got the job, and it was like a dream job, so she had to take it, so maybe you just need to put in an application with his name on it. Apply for him. It worked out
Only
good on the soap opera, it's gotta work out well in real life, right?
that wouldn't be weird at all.
I mean, it shows interest.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Galadriel. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we've got Avenue Potter and then Maria. If you would like to get a reading in, there's still time until our last call, which will be Maria. There's still time. All you have to do is make a donation on PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat. PayPal and Venmo is in the links. The links are below in the chat. And the Super Chat is a button that looks like a dollar bill below us, and you can make your donation there. Then jump on the chat, let us know where you donated, how much you donated, and what your question is. All right. Avenue, I just sent 40 through PayPal. I was hoping to get a 4-card reading about my familiar who passed years ago and who my next familiar will be in years to come. Will she reincarnate? Does she have a message? I'm going to use different cards. I'm not going to use, does she have a message for me? Does my next familiar have a message for me besides wait? LOL. I already know it will be a while before I'm graced with another familiar in my life. Any clues about what kind of animal my next familiar may be? Well, for that, we're going to use different cards. We're going to use, so your familiar from the past, we're going to use nature nurture, those cards. And then for your familiar that is interested in you, I'm going to use the animal guides tarot. This one's a good one. So it is a tarot deck, I guess, but we're going to be doing, I'm going to be using 2 decks. Let's see what we got here. So we'll find out all about your familiars. Okay, familiar of the past. What message do you have for us? All right. Okay, familiar of the past. Oh, I love it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so sweet. Oh my gosh, so sweet. And then familiar of the future. All right. Your familiar is really close by. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's talk about old familiar. Old familiar has a message for you. So what was the first question? Can you go back to that first
Yeah, give
one?
me one.
Okay. So will she reincarnate? Does she have a message? Yes. Okay. So she will reincarnate, but she's not your familiar. Like, I think this isn't the familiar that's coming right now. Her reincarnation is going to be a different familiar than the one I see on the card that is right now. Like, I see one for you right now. So look at this. So the first thing is, I'm going to show you all 3 cards. The message that she has for you is nurture, and then death, and then rest. So looking at those together, understand that for the spirits, they go into pure positive energy. It is like going to a spa, like the ultimate spa. If you've ever been to a spa, it's like the outside world is so far away. You feel pampered, you feel taken care of, you can relax, you can just enjoy yourself, you can just be. It is a wonderful experience, a beautiful experience. I love going to a spa. It's like an escape. It's rejuvenating, it's refreshing. You come out of there, you feel like jello, but you also feel like you filled up your energy for what tasks lie ahead for the later on that day or the next day, right? It's a reset. And so our spirits do this, our animal spirits do this. We go into non-physical form for a reset. I think for her, she had some things that she needed to, like, she needs to rest for a while. It's it like, this is the wait message that you're getting, is she doesn't want to come back right away, because she's enjoying this rejuvenation period. But the just like a bear hibernating, the day is spring is going to come and she's going to wake up. So it isn't so far away, but she's trying to explain to you why it has been a long time is because she's really enjoying that non-physical experience. But the other message that I'm getting is that you have a familiar right now that you're not seeing, and that is a wild bird outside of your home. The card that I have is the magpie. It might be a magpie, but it might be a different kind of bird. But there is a wild bird that wants to lend you their energy and wants to lend you their magic and wants to work with you. It is not the reincarnation of her, it is a different familiar. So I think sometimes we get very stuck on the idea that a familiar, we only have one familiar. That's like saying you have only one friend. You know, some people only have one friend, but most of us have more than one friend. We have familiars, guides, kin, animals, allies, et cetera, et cetera. So look for this bird that wants to work with you. Look at the birds outside. Maybe get yourself, oh my God, I love crows. I can hardly believe it. Get yourself a bird feeder. Do what I do, get some peanuts and go walking outside and give the crows the peanuts, right? These are your familiars. These animals that are there waiting for you are your familiars. These birds are your familiars. So I don't know if you're referring to, I don't get the sense that she was a familiar bird, but she's going to come back. She's going to rest. She's going to rejuvenate. She's going to come back. But I think one of the reasons that she's not coming back now is because she wants to open you up to other familiars. That can be another thing. We kind of take off the training wheels, right? She might be wiser. It's not a hard leap to say sometimes our familiars are wiser than us. They know so much. Animals know so much, right? So I think she knows that you need to expand your horizon as who your familiars are. And then when you have these other familiars, she'll be ready to come back because you will have gotten the lesson, right? You will know that you don't have to be limited to the one familiar. She can come back, of course, but she wants you to make some new friends before she comes back. So connect to your crows, right? Connect to your crows, reach out to your crows, build that crow army like I'm doing. Yes. In my book, I advocate like don't feed animals, but crows are a little bit different because they're really acclimated and integrated. It's not they're a wild animal for sure. You don't want to capture them or anything like that. But they're also city animals, right? They survive off of human, waste really. And so we can help them and build that connection with just giving them some peanuts. So that's my off the record advice. Not, I'm like, don't feed animals, don't, disturb the ecosystem, but crows are a very different thing. So your crows are wanting to work with you. It's time for you to work with them. Start building your crow army, recruit them when you I've now taken to like when the crows caw at me, I'm like, hey guys, hey. And I talk to them like out loud and I don't care. I'm walking down the street. Hey guys, if I don't have any peanuts for them, I'm like, hey, I'll get you next time. Right. But I'm acknowledging them with love and respect. But when I have peanuts, I'm like, hey, you guys, I'm recruiting my crow army. You want to join? Here are the requirements. You get fed peanuts and all you have to do is follow me around when I go for a walk. I'll talk to them out loud and I don't care. I mean, I don't care if anyone hears me. So yeah, work with your crow army. You can build a crow army. There's plenty of crows to go around for everybody. So my old
Say my
familiar was a
old mare is a kitty. Maybe she doesn't
yeah.
want to come back yet because she doesn't want to scare away those crows for you, right? She
Yeah,
knows you have serious bird business to do right now.
I feel like, in my book, the book Animal Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars, I talk about like communicating with your animals using a pendulum. You can communicate with her. The communication doesn't stop just because she's not in physical form. So you can
Mhm.
use a talking spirit board, you can use a pendulum, you can use all kinds of tools to communicate with her. But I really get the sense that she wants you to experience different animals and then she'll come back to you. then she'll come back to you. So there's something, a reason, not only that she needs that rejuvenation. Did she have a really hard end of her life? Sometimes when the animals have a hard end of their life, they're like, oh, I don't want to come back yet. I want to just enjoy this spa experience and get my nurturing and get my rest and rejuvenation. But I also feel like there's another thing like, yeah, let's take off the training wheels. You can have more than one familiar, and it doesn't have to be a cat. It can be crow, you know? So, yeah.
I pulled this card called Expression, and so my advice is exactly what you were saying. Talk to those crows, but let them know what you're manifesting. Let them know what you're looking for. Even if they're not going to help with it directly, speaking those words and verbalizing it will help you to have a clearer image of what that's going to be. So yeah, I think continuing to talk to them and also talking to your cat who passed away is something that is still available to you too, right? So I don't for me, I feel I'm gonna try not to cry. I feel like a cat jumping on my bed all the time that I can't see, and I know who he is. And every time I feel it, I'm like, "Oh, hey, Frenchie, what are you doing here?" And I'm happy to see him, right? So whenever you're thinking about her or you're feeling her presence, acknowledging it and letting her know she's gonna appreciate it. And I think she wants to know that she's still in your mind. So express those things. Oh, yeah, she had an illness that was pretty bad. So
Yeah,
let her know.
that's why
I'm glad that
yeah,
you're getting your rest.
that's why that's why she needs that rest and rejuvenation. That's why she's taking her own sweet time and coming back. She will come back to you, absolutely. And you can really talk to her and, tell her, I miss you in physical form. I'd love for you to come back again. You can invite her back again or invoke her. I lost my cat this past November, and it was while I was gone away, I was out of the country. It was really hard. It was so hard and horrible. But I'm like telling her, you're going to come back. You're going to I'm commanding her. You're going to come back. You're going to come back now. This is what's going to happen. And yeah, so I'm, actively looking for a kitten so that
Oh
I
my
can.
god, look at this. I used to have a cat named Francie back in the day, close to Frenchie.
Oh my God.
Frenchie was my roommate's cat, and her cat before that was named Francie.
What?
There's all kinds of magical animals communicating from all realms. So,
What the
oh,
heck?
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna
Synchronicities.
cry for real now.
Synchronicities. Oh my gosh, look at this. Yeah, I feel like you need to work with those crows for a while because, you know, if you've ever read the book The Once and Future King, which is about King Arthur and Merlin when King Arthur was a little boy, is the best part of that book. King Arthur Merlin takes him on these adventures and turns him into these different animals. He does shape shifting, which is freaking awesome. And like he has the desire to keep on doing that, but Merlin has to go. It's like taking away the training wheels. Merlin can come back again. Anybody can come back again, and your cat will come back again. But there's something you have to experience with the crows that she couldn't offer you. Working with wild animals is very different than working with a pet. So this is part of your magical training. Your magical cat is saying, okay, then I will come back after you've mastered working with the crows.
After you've
So
collected enough birds for me in the yard. Once they're coming around.
they are not catching any crows. Maybe you're watching the crows out of the window, but no way in hell are they
Only
catching
kidding,
the
only
crows.
kidding. Have you seen those bird feeders that come like into your window so the bird can like walk around in your window? So I want one of those. I mean, I think the cats would scare them off. So I don't know how good of an idea it is here, but it's like a
Amazing,
little window AC unit, but for
amazing,
birdhouses.
amazing. Yeah. I think you can have an amazing experience with crows because all the crows things, of course, Avenue, all the crows things, you can leave things for them in a certain area and they'll bring you little treats too. They'll find little shinies and leave them for you. It's pretty amazing. There's loads of stories of kids, because kids like eating food and they drop food with the crows, like bringing things to them so they'll drop more food. It's wild. So look at those stories. I'm sure you probably read them all, but think about like that and what that means. Like when the crows bring you gifts, those are magical talismans. I mean, it's like mind blowing. You haven't even begun to explore the magic with crows. So yeah, it's like this is what you're supposed to be doing right now. So amazing. So amazing. Thank you so much, Avenue. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Maria, this is our last call. Maria's our last reading. If you would like a reading now, it's now or never, or now or next week. Let's just say that, not now or never. Now or next
Yeah.
week. We'll be back again next week. Wonder if I get a card pull for one thing to focus on for this week. Absolutely, you can get a card pull to focus on. Card pool? Card pull. Card pool. All right, let's see what Maria needs to focus on. Thank you, Maria. Let's see what you need to focus on this week. We're going to say a big thank you to everybody before we wrap up.
Card pooling. Is that what we're doing? Like carpooling? We're pulling cards together.
Card pooling. I love it. Okay. We get to go in the diamond lane. We used to call it the diamond lane. I don't think we call it that anymore. It's an old 70s thing. I love it. The Chariot card. Oh my gosh, Chariot card has so many things, so many things. So this week, focus on this week. There's a movement energy moving towards something, moving toward a goal, right? When we see the Chariot card, it's mastery. You have mastery. You can achieve this goal. It is absolutely available to you. And it's like forward motion and open roads. So like pick your destination and then go for it. If you veer off the road to the left or the right a little bit, get back on the road, get back on track again, and go for it. You know, the Chariot card has movement to it. So this is a great opportunity this week to move toward those goals without any hindrances. So I think you want to pick your destination. Think of it like when you're driving with Waze or Google Maps, you point, I want to go to this and such place. How do I get there, right? So think about like you don't have to worry about the how to get there, but just pick the destination. The destination does not have to be one that you can achieve in this week. Right? If you want write a best-selling novel and you haven't even started writing yet, it can still be that goal, but you're going to make a big progress this week in moving toward that goal. Also, the Chariot card also has these two little pumpkins at the bottom. The pumpkins are like pulling the chariot in this case. So think about partnering with other people and aiming toward this goal. So it doesn't have to be a solo thing. You can have a partnership with someone else. And also, too, if there is something that you can do in terms of travel this week or planning travel could be the goal. Like maybe plan a trip for this summer. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do? It could be as simple as a weekend getaway, a road trip somewhere, going camping, or it could be a big, extravagant trip. But think about some travel that you would like to do and set that as like a reward or some kind of place that you always wanted to go. It could be anything, right? And it doesn't have to be a big extravagant trip. It could be going over to a cute little town nearby, or some little tourist destination that's close by and checking out the scene there, or it could be a bigger trip. But absolutely, there's an opportunity here for you to move forward, to go for it, to get into something and to really go without any hindrances. So this is a great week to focus on those like long range destinations and short range destinations, along the way, right? Even with a long range destination, there's little waypoints, right? I wrote one chapter, or I, conquered that mess in my, office, or whatever it is, you can do it. Yeah. What do you have for Maria?
I pulled this card called Abundance. So I think focus on the abundance that already exists in your life to call in more. And I think when you spot it, say, thank you, I'll have some more, right? So expressing the gratitude and letting the universe know, I could take more than this. There's room for more. It's fine. You can keep that coming.
Yeah.
I think this will be a really good way to reactivate some things that have maybe slowed down, or some like revenue streams that have quieted down. Show some gratitude for them and ask for some more.
Yeah. I always think of that. Thank you and more, please. Right? Isn't that, it's actually a really complimentary thing to give the universe, when you think about it. When, you're at a dinner at somebody's house and you're like, oh my gosh, that was so good. Could I have more of that? It's such a compliment to the cook, right? Cook is happy to give you more. It's not greed. It's a compliment. So think of that you're complimenting the universe when you said thank you and more, please, right? Yeah, I want more, right? So good. So good. Well, thank you, Maria. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Maria says, I know exactly what my goal will be this week, and it's really encouraging. Yeah, no blocks in the road. I love it. Fast movement, mastery. You're in charge. You go, go, go. It's really good. Well, all right, everybody. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to all the people who got readings today. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Avenue, Galadriel, Devon, Madeline, Jessica, Vivian, Seasick Music. Thank you, all of you, for making those donations. I haven't totaled it up yet, but let me total it up. While I'm totaling it up, I also want to say thank you to all of you guys that are hanging out and watching, because we see you're here watching, and we're so grateful to you just hanging out and sharing this time with us and learning about tarot and hanging out with us here in our stories and all of that. That's sweet to have you here, and we're grateful for you hanging out and watching. We'll be back again next week. Same time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern time. If you'd like to get a reading, you can join us then. It's no problem. You know, bring your Venmo or your PayPal money, and we can do it. And we're going to make some donations and feed some seniors. So let me see what I've got here: 50, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 140, 180. 220, 230. 230, really
Wow,
good. Yeah. So
amazing.
230,
That's almost
we're
15 years.
helping. Yeah, it means we're helping almost 6 seniors, right?
Yeah,
Is that right? 5 is 20,
5
200.
and 3/4. So
Yeah. So I'm going to put in some extra money. So together we'll help 6 seniors, feed 6 seniors, give them 2 weeks worth of groceries. If you want to see the seniors you're helped, go to Yulia's Facebook, and she posts pictures of it. It's really sweet, and you can see them, and they're so grateful. They're all like, this is a miracle in my life, to have this care and this love and this compassion. It's a true miracle. And you're creating miracles, and you're getting a reading too. So what good one on you. You're getting something, and you're giving something. All right, you guys. So don't forget, The Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars is out now. My new book is out now, and we have a cutest animal familiar photo contest. You can't. So that picture's a little dark, but it's Glinda in front of my altar with a bunch of candles, looking cute. If you'd like to enter the contest, we've got great prizes, including a 60-minute reading with me, a $100 gift certificate to the Parlor of Wonders, and a lot more. Everyone who enters gets a prize. So we have, no matter how many votes you get, you're familiar. All familiars are cute in my sight. And so
agreed.
your familiar it doesn't have to be a pet. It could be a crow outside that you love. It could be a familiar that was a pet that is in spirit form now, is not in physical form anymore. So check out the cutest animal familiar photo contest. You can go to animalfamiliars.com or check out that QR code, and you can be a part of this. Everybody who enters wins. Post a picture of your cute familiar, and then share the link to your cute familiar so all your friends can vote for your cute and adorable spider, or your cute and adorable frog, or your cat, or your dog, or your horse, or your crow, or your coyote that comes around, or your whatever it is. Take a picture and post it there. So that will be, and then we'll see all those cute familiars. I can't even wait, because I've already heard from the Love Witch that there are 2 familiars up there, and I'm going to go check it out because I want to just look at all that cuteness. What a good balm for the soul at this time that's so sad
Mhm.
and hard and awful bad news all the time. Let's look at some cute animals. That'll make everything feel like all is right in the world,
Just
right?
what we
We can do that. All right, you guys. Good night. Is there anything else you need to share? Announcements you need to make, Love Witch, before we wrap up?
No, I'm good. I'll see you guys next week.
We'll be back next week. The 2 of us will be back next week. We'll see you then. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for sharing. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.